So hey guys, in this video we are going to discuss about the muscles of the posterior compartment of the thigh, or as well as you can call it as the muscles of the back of the thigh. So in this video we are going to discuss about the biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, as well as the ischial part of the adductor magnus. So basically I will be telling you about the origin, insertion, as well as the nerve supply, and we know the common action of these muscles, right? That is the extension of the hip as well as the flexion of the knee. So I am beginning with the biceps femoris. So when it comes to the biceps femoris, it has a long head as well as a short head. Firstly I am beginning with the origin. The long head arises from the ischial tuberosity. The long head arises from the ischial tuberosity, and the short head arises from the linea aspera of the femur. Linea aspera of the femur. And where it is inserted? It is inserted into the head of the fibula. Head of the fibula, that's where it is inserted. And what about the finally the nerve supply of it? We have two heads, right? The long head as well as the short head. The long head is supplied by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. Tibial part of the sciatic nerve, and the short head is supplied by the common peroneal part of the sciatic nerve. Common peroneal part of both of these are far from the sciatic nerve, right? So I am discussing again origin of the biceps femoris. We have the long head as well as the short head. Origin comes from the ischial tuberosity, short head comes from the linea aspera. Insertion, they both are inserted into the head of the fibula in front of its styloid process. And what about the nerve supply? The long head is supplied by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve, the short head is supplied by the common peroneal part of the sciatic nerve. So this is about the biceps femoris. Now moving on to the semitendinosus. What about the semitendinosus? So when we discuss about the origin of the semitendinosus, it arises from the lower medial part of the ischial tuberosity. Just like it also arises from the ischial tuberosity. If you want to go into detail, it arises from the lower medial part of the upper quadrilateral area of the ischial tuberosity. But you don't have to go into detail of that. Just remember it arises from the ischial tuberosity. And finally, where is it inserted? It is inserted into the upper part of the medial surface of the tibia. Just remember medial tibia. It is inserted into the upper part of the medial surface of the tibia. Remember as medial tibia. And finally, what about the nerve supply of the semitendinosus? Nerve supply is by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. We have the sciatic nerve, right? Tibial part. Tibial part of the sciatic nerve supplies the semitendinosus. So this is about the biceps femoris as well as the semitendinosus, about its origin, insertion, and nerve supply. And the action of both of these muscles is flexion of the knee joint as well as extension of the hip. That's what you need to remember. Now moving on to the next two muscles, that we have the semimembranosus as well as the ischial part of the adductor magnus. Okay, so now moving on to the other muscles of back of the thigh, that is the adductor magnus as well as the semimembranosus. So firstly discussing about the ischial part of the adductor magnus. The origin is from the inferior lateral aspect of the ischial tuberosity. Just what you need to remember is about the ischial tuberosity. If you want to go into detail, it arises from the inferior lateral aspect of the ischial tuberosity. And where is this inserted? It is inserted into the adductor tubercle. Adductor tubercle. And what about the nerve supply of the ischial part of the adductor magnus? Nerve supply is by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. Tibial part of the sciatic nerve. So what about the root value of the tibial part? It arises from the L5, S1 and S2. This is about the root value of the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. So this is about the adductor magnus in terms of the origin, insertion, nerve supply, and of course you know the action of the adductor magnus, that is the flexion of the knee as well as the extension of the hip joint. So now moving on to the another muscle, that is we have the semimembranosus. Again semimembranosus origin is from the ischial tuberosity. Ischial tuberosity. If you want to go into detail, it arises from the again from the upper lateral part of the quadrilateral area of the ischial tuberosity. That's where it takes its origin. And what about its insertion? It is inserted into the medial condyle of the tibia. Medial condyle of the tibia. Where is the medial condyle of the tibia? It is inserted into the horizontal groove on the posterior aspect of the medial condyle of the tibia. That's where it is inserted. And finally, the nerve supply is again by the same, that is the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. And again same, the root values of the L5, S1 and S2. same nerve supply also supplies the semimembranosus. So yes guys, this was just a video about the muscles of the back of the thigh in terms of its origin, insertion and nerve supply. If you like my video, make sure to subscribe, and you can always share it to your other friends and people who want to learn more about the anatomy in this field. Thank you so much.